Revival. I'm Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health, and I'm a holistic health coach who is an expert in thyroid and autoimmune revival. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my journey from hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's to fully healed using natural health solutions. So, today I want to talk about the impact of exercise on healing. So, last week we talked about reducing toxicity. And this week it's about the impact of exercise on healing. So they do go hand in hand because exercise can cause a lot of stress on the body when your body is already in distress and has a lot of toxicity going through it. And I'm going to explain why that is. I am not against exercise. Like, I am a huge exercise fanatic. And I had to come to terms with reducing my exercise or changing my exercise when I got sick because it was making me sicker. And there's so many reasons why. And it took me a long time to get it through my head that I had to change what I was doing, and it wasn't helping me at all. Exercise is really important if you're fit and healthy, or if you need to be healthier, if you haven't got a chronic illness. A lot of the time when you've got a chronic illness, you don't want to exercise anyway. You've got no energy, your body doesn't feel right, you've got pain, inflammation, whatever it is that you're going through, you have a lot of symptoms going on in your life. Exercise can make it worse. And the reason being is because exercise affects your adrenals, your stress levels. Ordinarily, exercise is a stress release. So this is why when I was really sick, I started to gain weight and I was starting to be stressed. So I'd go and work out. And I'm thinking, right, I'm gaining weight. I mustn't be exercising hard enough. I'm stressed because of it. I need to go and exercise to reduce that stress. And it became a vicious cycle of causing more problems. It was doing more harm than good. And I had no idea. But it took me a long time to change my mindset because my whole life had revolved around sport, exercise, activity. I'm a very active person, and I am to this day, but I just do things differently now. And I know my body's limits. I know what I can do. I don't want to go back to putting stress on my body as much as I miss it. I've just had to change my mindset, and it took a while, but I'm there now. So what happens when you are sick? All of your organs are working really, really hard to help heal you. Your body wants to heal and it wants to fight to help your body heal. So your lymphatic system's working hard, your thyroid, your adrenals, your liver, your digestive system, everything's working hard. So when your liver is in distress, it's overburdened, it's toxic, it's got to, like I said before, it's got to detox everything that goes through your body, including adrenaline and cortisol. So when you work out, you will get your hormones will produce adrenaline and cortisol. Now, when you are stressed, so cortisol, let me talk about cortisol first. Cortisol produces in the morning and it declines at night. So you get a peak in the morning and it'll decline in the afternoon so you can start to produce melatonin and go to sleep. But if you're stressed, you could be having cortisol producing all day. So this is why you won't be sleeping, because your cortisol is high. Same as adrenaline. When you are pumped up, when you get angry, when you get excited, when you get sad, you'll release these hormones. So if you have been in fight or flight for a long time, under a lot of stress, you've had a lot of trauma, your adrenals will be pumping these out on a regular basis. You are in constant fight or flight mode, survival mode. So when you go and work out at a gym, you go for a big run, you're going to be producing more of these hormones, and you've already got too much as it is. So then your liver has to then detox these hormones and excrete them from the body. But if your liver isn't working properly, it will recycle them into your bloodstream. So then you've just got this excess in your bloodstream constantly, and it's very corrosive to the rest of your body. It affects your brain, it affects your digestive system. Like I said, the liver, it affects all parts of your body. Your thyroid, part of the reason your thyroid packs it in is because your adrenals are working so hard, and your thyroid's like, I can't keep up. And vice versa. Your adrenals are working hard to keep up with your thyroid. So Same as if you've got an autoimmune disease, your body is working extremely hard, your adrenals have to keep up. They are a very small organ on top of your kidneys, but they work really, really hard to produce hormones to keep your energy levels up, to keep all of your body systems working. So when this excess adrenaline and cortisol is running through your liver has to detox it. And if your liver is overburdened, full of toxicity, full of chemicals, full of pharmaceuticals, full of things over a lifetime that your liver has gathered, and a viral load, pathogens, bacteria, all these things, it's sitting in your liver, and your blood goes through to the liver and it comes out the other side basically thickened, dirty, picking up all these toxins, picking up all this stuff to try and get it out. So what happens is the adrenaline, the cortisol goes through, and then your blood comes up through the liver, up to the heart, and your heart struggles to pump this thickened, toxic blood around your body. So it's not oxygenated enough. So then you find it really difficult to exercise as it is. So this is where your energy is starting to deplete. So if your body is in a constant state of stress, going and doing a workout can be one of the worst things that you can do. If you are working out, you should be exhausted when you get home, and you should be able to sleep, because your body will, you'll produce these hormones. It'll go up, they'll raise, and then as you calm down from your exercise regime, within a couple of hours, those hormones should have been gone and you should be able to go to sleep. But if you are in a constant state of stress, fight or flight, those hormones will be elevated constantly. And this is where you will find it difficult to sleep. So I'll go through some of the symptoms of what it is to be in fight or flight mode, where your adrenals aren't working the way they should be. You're producing too much cortisol in the afternoon, not enough in the morning because you've produced it at the wrong time of the day. So some of the symptoms are finding it difficult to fall asleep or to stay asleep. So if you wake in the middle of the night a few times, this is an adrenal issue 9 times out of 10. You're gaining weight, particularly around the stomach area, around the middle. You've got puffy face. This is cortisol weight. You've got too much cortisol going through your body, and your liver can't detox it. So it's really important for your liver and your adrenals to work together, and for you to heal them at the same time. This is why I talk about physical healing along with emotional and mental healing, because you're trying to heal and cleanse the liver, but at the same time, you need to calm your nervous system to stop this excess adrenaline and cortisol racing through your body. So when you're trying to lose weight and you can't lose weight through diet, you're stressing yourself out because you can't lose the weight. It's a vicious cycle. You're starting to, your self-love is going down. You're starting to look at yourself like you're becoming depressed and miserable. This is all flooding your body more with cortisol and adrenaline because it's stress, right? So then you're going to work out and you're adding more stress to it. Anxiety, depression, headaches, increased heart rate, increased sweating, brain fog, poor memory, poor focus and concentration, mood swings, irritability, tension in the body. These are all indications of adrenal issues, fight or flight mode. There's a lot that happens in your body when when you're under stress and when all these things are happening. So it's a vicious cycle. This is why it's important to understand what exercise is right for you and understand how it impacts your body whilst you are sick. We can all go through healing and we can get back to doing our exercise, provided your body isn't still in that fight or flight state. And it's not going to happen overnight. You are not going to change this in 6 months, I'm telling you. Fight or flight, if you have been in, say you've grown up with a pretty rough childhood and you're in this fight or flight, and you've had all these things happen to you over your life, it took a lifetime for your body to get into this state. It's going to take a while for you to undo it. So this is why I educate people on working through things continuously, changing their lifestyle. learning new habits. You can't go and do a 6-week cleanse and expect to be better. It doesn't happen. 6-week cleanses with just food is not going to scratch the surface of what's going on in your body underneath. You need to reduce your toxins. You need to look at your exercise. You need to look at your stress levels, past, present, all of these things. You need to look at your body as a whole and work on one thing at a time so you can understand what you need specifically to you, because what Mary or Joe does isn't going to be the same, or because their lifestyle hasn't been the same their whole life. Their DNA isn't the same. Their oxidative stress isn't the same. Their environment in their home isn't the same. So this is why I work with people on an individual basis, because you can't just go, Mary takes cat's claw and I think I should take that because it's helped Mary. Well, maybe it will help you. I'm not saying it won't, but it's important to understand what's going on in your body so you can have the right tools. Otherwise, you're just going to keep trying things, go, oh, that doesn't work. Well, that doesn't work. And you're going to give up because you think nothing works. You need to have somebody to help you understand all the things that are going on in your body at this one time. And this is why I work on past health as well as the present health. So it's really important when we talk about the physical health of cleansing to actually cleanse the liver as well as reducing your stress at the same time. And exercise may or may not do that for you. So some of the things that you can do to help, reduce the stress, calm the nervous system. If you want to do some form of exercise, walking in nature is one of the best things that you can do. One, maximum oxygen levels, right? Go through the bush, heaps of oxygen there, under all the trees. Trees are healing. Nature is healing. You're out there, your mind wanders off onto different things. You're enjoying the atmosphere. I always go to the beach, no shoes on. You should try and not wear shoes when you're outside on the natural earth because it's grounding. Look up earthing. I will discuss this at a later date in another podcast because earthing and grounding is super important. The earth produces negative ions for you to take on through the soles of your feet, through your body, and it impacts how we heal, how our body works. It's really, really important that we take on the earth's energy to help calm our nervous system. Breathing properly is very important as well. So when you're walking, making sure that you're doing some breathing in through the nose, out through the nose to get the maximum oxygen into your body. But walking also helps detox. It gets the lymphatic system working properly. It helps everything start to move. So walking is really good. If you don't have a lot of energy, just walk a little bit. Just walk, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. Walk around the house. Rebounding is good too, also, which is, getting on a little mini tramp and doing rebounding. That's amazing for you. Again, if you don't have the energy, don't push it. Start with reducing your anxiety by doing breathing exercises. These are things that you can just do at home. Go and sit in your backyard, in your garden, at the beach, in a park, next to a river, whatever. Go and do those things. Running water, natural running water, like a river, a lake, an ocean, is super soothing to the nervous system. But running water, also putting your feet in the running water, helps cleanse the body's emotions. It does. It's very, very healing. Go and do that. Do some things to soothe the nervous system. Also, it's helping the vagus nerve when you do some breathing exercises. So the vagus nerve runs down your neck at the back, down the left side of your chest, down through the middle of your chest. This is your major nerve. And when you do breathing exercises, you're massaging that nerve and helping soothe that massive nerve that you got going through your entire body. So breathing exercises are really important. They may not feel like it all the time, but trust me, they are. And breathing correctly all the time is important. So, focusing on breathing in through the nose, out through the nose all day, every day is super important, because breathing through the mouth is a stress response. When you learn to breathe through the mouth, it's because something has happened. Whether you've got, some people have blocked sinuses and things like that. That's a physical issue, but a lot of the time it's a stress response to breathe through your mouth. So remind yourself every day, breathe through the nose. Some of the other things you can do is somatic yoga. Somatic yoga works on releasing emotions that are trapped in the body, particularly in the hip area, the jaw area. These are places where we really hold on to emotions, and you'll find tension in a lot of these areas, the neck, but a lot in the hips, in that hip area. So somatic yoga is amazing for that. It's helped me a lot. It helps drop weight because it helps you reduce your stress. So going to the gym, we're conditioned to believe that if we go to the gym, we're going to lose weight. It's not always the case. You can actually gain weight if your body is under stress by going to the gym. Because, as I said, you're releasing too many of these hormones that you've already releasing too many of anyway. So sometimes we have to recondition our mindset, because we've listened to the fitness industry for so long, but they don't talk about the stress on the body. Nothing wrong with exercise if you're not in a chronic illness, right? So Qigong is also fantastic to help soothe the nervous system. It's doing something, getting outside again and doing it in the sunshine, no sunglasses, to help you balance those hormones. It helps focus on breathing properly. It helps calm the nervous system. Same as Tai Chi. A lot of these things, you can do yoga, but please don't go and do power yoga or anything like that, which is something that I stupidly did. I was like, if I'm going to do yoga, it's going to be power yoga. And all it did was raise my heart rate. My heart was a massive issue. I had my pounding heart constantly and heart palpitations and all those things. So when I went and did power yoga, because I thought if I'm going to do yoga, it's got to be high intensity, because that's what you think, that's what you're conditioned to think, is if you're not doing intense exercise, you're not going to lose weight. So it didn't help me at all. I started to do 10-minute yoga as I got better. I started to do 10-minute yoga, which was a lot of stretching, because when you stretch your muscles, you're putting oxygen into the blood and oxygen into the muscles, which is actually going to help you. And yoga focuses on breathing. So the two things, a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching, and a bit of breathing, is going to help the nervous system, the brain. You'll find your memory will start to improve. You will find you will drop some weight. But if you're going to the gym and you are working out and you have a thyroid issue, you might want to reconsider that. And you know what? You might be fine right now. You're going to the gym. I was running. I had my thyroid issue. I'm taking my medication. I was running 6 kilometers and then going to the gym and playing tennis and then playing touch football and whatever else I was doing. And because nothing was wrong, or I wasn't feeling bad, I was sleeping, I just thought, well, I'm fine. But in the end, it caused a lot of problems, because I started to feel unwell and I thought, well, I need to go to the gym. Or I started to gain weight and I thought, well, I need to go to the gym, or I need to work out, or I need to go for that run. I had to recondition my own thoughts on what exercise was good for me and what wasn't. And what I was doing was not good, and it caused me to decline rapidly. And I feel like if I had have changed what I was doing at the time, I wouldn't have declined as rapidly. If I had have focused on my stress levels, my breathing, and my exercise, I would have been able to continue going to the gym. I would have, at a later date, I would have been able to, not spend so many years extremely unwell and not being able to find what was wrong with me. So sometimes we need to rethink what we're doing. And whether we like it or not, we have to make changes. Just because you love going to the gym doesn't mean it's good for you. I loved it. Like, I still to this day miss it. And when I see people going to the gym, or my daughter goes to the gym all the time, I'm so jealous. But I don't want to put myself back into that state. I mean, I probably could go to the gym now, but it's kind of traumatized me because it made me so unwell. So I do things that help my body at a whole level, where it calms my nervous system, calms my stress, helps my breathing. I still do, I do a lot of walking. I go bushwalking, I walk along the beach. Um, I don't do no exercise. I could not stand that. But I have had to change how I think around exercise. And if I'm feeling unwell, I won't do anything. I will focus more on the mental and emotional side of my healing, or I will make sure that I've eaten well in the last few days. Whatever it is, I actually look at, okay, I'm not feeling great today, or something's happened, or whatever it is. I look at what is going on in my life at that present moment, and I work around that. I don't just continue to do what I'm doing every day because I want to, because that's what I like to do. I'm not going to put myself at risk because I like something. And sometimes you really have to make those changes in your mind, because you just want the best for your body, and you want to feel the best, and you can't feel the best if you're doing the wrong thing for your body. And regardless of what you enjoy is, it's not always what's best for your body. So if you want to understand more about how you can balance this exercise and stress levels, and how you can reduce your stress levels and calm the nervous system, this is something that I worked really hard at, and I worked really hard at changing my mindset. If you want help with that, this is what I do. Like, this is where I'm so good at this, and I know I help people with this because I'm seeing the results with people. I see the results with myself, and I'm so intuitive. I'm so in tune with people's medical issues. So go to the link on Spotify. You can go onto naomishomehealth.com and go to shop and book in with me and start working with me. I will create you your own program so you can start to heal and not have to do all the guessing of, oh, I'm going to take this, I'm going to do that. You're wasting your time and money. You still, if you've been going for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, whatever it is, in this state, you shouldn't be trying to do it by yourself, because you don't always understand what is best for you. You don't always understand where you need to go next. And it's so simple when somebody just puts it into writing for you. Do this, then this, then this. Bang. It makes it so simple, because sometimes it's just the biggest stress in your life to try and do it all yourself, and you don't know which way to go next, or you think that you've failed and failed and failed because you haven't got better yet. But I put it into place in the right order for you, because sometimes we do things here, there, higgledy piggledy, all over the place. I put it in the right order for you. I get it in the right system that suits you. So go to the link in the bio and start working with me. It's so simple, and it's the best investment you'll ever have in your life. So next week, episode 10, I'm going to start diving in a little bit more into the stress, into the emotional and mental healing. So I'm doing this on purpose, where I've started the physical, and I'm going to start helping you deal with the emotional side of healing.